Let's call the June meeting of the Public Safety Committee to order. First item, approval of last month's minutes.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, privilege of the floor. Is there anybody here for privilege of the floor? Once again, privilege of the floor? Okay, if not, we're going to close privilege of the, we're going to close privilege of the floor. Number one, proposed resolution, confirm appointment, Traffic Safety Board.
Noel just left. Oh, we're changing you.
That's okay.
James Feldman from the County Executive's Office. So we have a board appointment here for the Traffic Safety Board. We are going to be appointing Matthew Bentley, who is the new Lakewood Bustye Police Chief, who will be replacing the former police chief on the board.
Committee questions on this one?
Nope. Pretty simple.
James, thank you.
No problem.
You're done. 10 seconds. Yeah, I think so. Okay, next, proposed resolution. Oh, I'm sorry. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. That's what we said. Okay, next, proposed resolution, authorize the renewal of lease agreement with the town of Chautauqua.
Yes, yep. Sam Zafuto, Deputy Director of Finance. I apologize. I am filling in for the EMS Director who just got called out suddenly. Yeah,
That's
this is a resolution basically for a lease with the town of Chautauqua. Basically going to take effect July 1st. It is an increase over the current lease. For this year, it is an unbudgeted increase of about $2,700 that we do think that we can make up during the course of this year. That's why there's no amendment. And then this agreement does run through, as you'll see, a 10-year term.
But Sam, it is an increase?
It is an increase.
Would you say 2,700?
It was about 2,700 for the
2,700.
rest of this fiscal year. And initially, when we looked at the resolution, using a use of fund balance, it's too early in the year to see where we're gonna finish.
Okay.
Hopefully, we can make that difference up either through revenue or hopefully something doesn't break, et cetera, that we don't have to repair this year. But that is the department's goal at this time, to try and make it up.
Gotcha. Okay. Committee, questions of Sam?
Nope.
It just,
Go ahead, Mike.
I watched the public facilities, I guess it was, and they said it was, there's square footage added since the original. Do you know that?
It was part of the same thing. I don't have the exactly off. Oh, I can get it back to you. I can pull up the original.
No,
lease
it's,
if you-
I mean, I watched that, and there was an air conditioning unit that was fixed that,
Yep. But if you want, I could email you over the original agreement with the square footage. That's not a problem.
It's about 7,000 square feet now, Sam.
Yep, the approximate is gonna be just around 6,978 according to the resolution.
Just a tad under 7,000. March, you're thinking this is an increase over what it was?
Mr. Chairman, I can elaborate on that.
Please do.
The Emergency Services Department actually started using some space that was not in their original lease. And they improved the space and they were using it, and then the town of Chautauqua, when they came to renegotiate the lease, came to light that, oh, they were using more space than what was in their lease. So it was a small increase. It was not a large increase, it was a small increase.
But we had improved it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Pierre. Committee, any other questions on this one? If not, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Sam. Okay, next proposed resolution, authorize acceptance of 2025 Crimes Against Revenue Program CARP funds. Mandy, I guess this is you.
This is me,
Okay.
Madeline Cantaculia for the District Attorney's Office. So the first resolution we have before you today is to authorize the 2025 Crimes Against Revenue Grant. We call it the CARP grant for short. It runs from January 1st of this year through December 31st of 2025. This, DCJS, the Division of Criminal Justice Services, provides our office with $65,000 to, investigate and prosecute crimes against revenue. And the funding, provides a part-time senior investigator that's responsible for investigating these types of offenses, and partially funds the salary and fringe of an assistant district attorney that's tasked with prosecuting these types of offenses. The revenue was included in the 2025 adopted budget, so no budget amendments are needed. And should this funding go away, you know, the intention is that the position of senior investigator would no longer be funded, and then unfortunately, we can't get rid of the assistant district attorney for it. But we've received this for many years, so I don't anticipate it being removed anytime soon.
And it, Mandy, it's just a breakdown between these different departments?
No, it's just for the district attorney's office. So
Oh, just for the
the
district
senior
attorney's office.
investigator
Okay.
is housed within the DA's office.
Okay,
Is an employee of the DA's office. The
Okay.
funding provides all of his salary and fringe, and then the remaining of the funding provides for the partial salary and fringe of the ADA.
okay. Committee questions of Mandy on this one?
No, she answered my question already.
I just got one. Can you
She
remind,
anticipated yours. Go
can
ahead.
you
Mandy.
remind me what crimes against revenue, what kind
So
of
the,
crimes those
the,
are?
the type of offenses that, we investigate are any thefts that occur within municipalities. For example, like, you know, if an employee is stealing from the town of, you know, Chautauqua, we would investigate that. Any like sale of untaxed cigarettes or untaxed liquor or untaxed, marijuana.
What about
is-
vape products?
Yeah, vape products as well. So any person that's selling them, you know, without the proper taxes, we would investigate. Any, tax fraud or failure to report income tax, any,
Fire departments too?
yep, fire
Okay.
departments, anything that falls like under a municipality or the Department of Taxation and Finance is something that we would investigate.
So would it be illegal vape products or just untaxed vape products?
It could be either.
I mean, obviously if they're illegal, they're untaxed. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
it could be either, but I would say mainly untaxed. A lot of the times we'll see a person go and purchase cigarettes from the reservations untaxed because there's no tax on there, and then they bring it back to the county and they sell them just
Okay.
out of their house. You know, that's kind of the biggest offense that we see that falls under CARP.
All right.
Okay. Committee, any other questions of Mandy on this one? Okay, Mandy, thank you. You're here for the next one too?
I am here for the next one as
Okay,
well.
Okay. All right, proposed resolution authorize acceptance of the statewide targeted reductions to intimate partner violence strive grant funds for 2025 to 2026.
Did we vote on the
Oh,
last
I'm
one?
sorry. Teach, yeah. Okay, let's go back. Those in favor of in favor of the last resolution?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. You got a partner there. Okay, let's see, let me read this again. Okay, number 4, proposed resolution, authorize acceptance of the statewide targeted reductions to intimate partner violence strive grant funds for 2025 through 2026. Go ahead, man.
Madam Cantiglia again for the DA's office. This is a grant that the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services has awarded to Chautauqua County, targeted at reducing intimate partner violence among people. So very generally, domestic violence. It becomes a little more specific for the intimate partner violence. A total of $847,225 was awarded to Chautauqua County as a whole. This includes the Jamestown Police Department, the Salvation Army of Jamestown, the District Attorney's Office, the Sheriff's Office, and probation. And, which was awarded this total amount, and which we've split amongst the departments. So a total of $309,815 was awarded to the Jamestown Police Department. A total of $88,624 was awarded to the Salvation Army of Jamestown, and they're gonna be executing their own contracts with the state. But the amount of $448,786 was awarded to Chautauqua County departments. 272,400 of that was awarded to the district attorney's office. 27,500 of that was awarded to the sheriff's office, and 148,886 of that was awarded to probation. So this was a brand new award that the state provided to us, so the amounts were not included in the 2025 budget. So a portion of the grant funding is gonna be amended into the 2025 budget. There is a portion that runs into 2026, so that will be included in the 2026 proposed budgets. The term of this contract is gonna be March 1st of this year through March 31st of next year. They made it retroactive for us because there was a mandatory training in the month of March. Going forward, it's gonna be a April 1st grant through March 31st. It's on the state fiscal year. So we are asking to amend the district attorney's budget for some personnel, equipment, some contractual expenses, and employee benefits. A requirement of the grant is that the agencies hire a Strive coordinator. That person is gonna be housed in the district attorney's office. We are also proposing to add a part-time senior investigator tasked with investigating domestic violence incidents that occur across the county. So the personal services are the portion of the Strive coordinator and the investigator that are gonna be in 2025. The equipment expense is for computer tablets for these two new personnel in our office. And some contractual expenses are just to assist us in prosecuting these types of offenses. And then the fringe benefits are associated with the increased personnel. It is a budget neutral amendment. So we're increasing our budget by $177,500, but also increasing our revenue by the same amount. Probation is also requesting a budget amendment. They're intending to hire a full-time probation officer that's tasked with a DV caseload, and some contractual expenses, think, which includes training and some equipment for this individual. Very similarly to the DA's amendment, their amendment is budget neutral. They're increasing their budget by $148,886, but also increasing their revenue by that amount. And for the portion of the sheriff's office, they're receiving funding for some overtime details to do compliance checks on domestic violence victims and offenders, and some contractual expenses, which includes training. They're requesting a budget amendment of $27,500, but also increasing their revenue by the same amount, so there is budget neutral as well.
So all this whole grant is aimed at domestic violence.
Yes, specifically intimate partner violence, which would be like partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. So not just domestic violence, but more specifically intimate partner violence.
Okay. Committee questions of Mandy on this one? Mandy is.
Tom?
How were the distribution amounts decided upon or identified?
They were decided amongst the partners that were funded. As a requirement for the grant, Jamestown Police Department is required to train all of their officers in the strategy that we chose for reducing intimate partner violence. That is why their portion is a little bit higher than the county's portion, just because they have to fund training for all of their officers. So I think they have 65 officers. And right now, it's aimed more specifically at the city of Jamestown within Chautauqua County, but we did receive some authorization to expand the services outside of the city of Jamestown and expand it more countywide. So if and when this gets renewed for another year, we may reevaluate the distribution amongst the agencies. It's really dependent on the need of the agencies. The first year is kind of a planning year, so we're determining how we're going to implement this new strategy and this new program. And if the budget amounts need to change, by the agency, we can do that. So it was just an extensive meeting between, the 5 funded agencies.
You kind of answered my next question was, what about the other municipalities that have police departments?
So,
And I see they're left out of it.
For this year, they are left out of
But
it.
you kind of answered it and said, in the future, look at.
Yeah, so, we, like I said, we received some authorization to expand the services outside of, the city of Jamestown. So our domestic violence investigator is gonna be permitted to assist the other, departments in the county with any incidents that occur, with domestic violence and intimate partner violence. We've been encouraging the departments to maintain their statistics on these types of incidents, with the hope that we can provide funding to them in the coming years.
So if an incident occurs in Dunkirk, Fredonia, somebody could assist them?
Yeah, so our office's, domestic violence investigator can go assist the city of Dunkirk Police Department or Fredonia with investigating the incident. And we're encouraging them to make sure that they're tracking these types of offenses so that we can present it to DCJS and see if we can get them funded as well.
Will the municipality police forces be communicated to that they have this resource?
Yes, we've already, discussed it with most of the agencies.
Great, thank you. Well, I
this point.
feel like the group worked through it and who was, sitting there at the table, and there's an opportunity to expand it into the other municipalities, so
In the future.
I'm satisfied, yeah.
Okay.
Mr.
committee-
Chairman, if I might?
Yes, please.
To follow on legislator Carl's questions, you indicated that this grant was aimed specifically at the city of Jamestown.
Yeah.
Was that aiming done by New York State or by people in Chautauqua County?
Was, through New York State,
I thought so. I just wanted to be clear on that.
yes.
Was
Yeah.
it due to statistics, or was it?
I think partly due to statistics. This grant is also modeled very similarly, after the gun-involved violence elimination grant that we receive every year, which is, again, it's specifically targeted to Jamestown, mainly because they have the highest volume of cases. But we communicated to the state at a training for Strive, that there's a significant need countywide. It's not just the city of Jamestown, and I think that was heard, across the state as well. A lot of the agencies that were funded, that have countywide resources communicated that to DCJS, that this is not just a one area issue, it's countywide.
Thank you.
Okay, Pierre, thank you. Tom, anything else? Okay. Committee, anything else? Okay, Mandy, thorough explanation of this grant. As far as the account numbers and amounts, you've checked with Jennifer from finance?
Yes.
Okay. You're good?
Yes, sir, we are good.
Okay. If there aren't any further questions, committee, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried? Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mandy. Okay, does anybody have anything for other? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Don,
I move to adjourn.
is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Those in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you. Okay, that was quick.
Good questions, Tom.